Hi, and welcome to Sea-Watch Horn Art Studios. My name is Colleen, and today we're going to be doing a really fun kids Easter picture. If you don't celebrate Easter, you could still do this picture, just change your silhouette. So instead of crosses, you could do trees or people or something that you're good at drawing. Remember, it's just going to be the outline. You don't have to do any details. So follow along even if this isn't your holiday. However, for those of us that do celebrate Easter, it looks a little different this year. We're all kind of stuck at home. Hopefully we'll still do Easter egg hunts and scavenger hunts, but I thought a fun Easter project would be great too. So we're going to be doing our project on black paper. So I am going to have this available in my studio, so you'll be able to pick it up. We're going to be using up all those acrylics. So if you guys bought an acrylic kit, I hope you hung on to the leftovers because we're going to be using all the same palette. Again, put it on a plate. We're going to be using Q-tips again, so you probably don't have those left, but grab a few Q-tips. You're going to need them. Now you guys are going to need a pencil. All right, I'm going to actually do mine in white chalk just so you could see it on the video, but I want you to do it in pencil. And then you're going to just need one of your small brushes. So it doesn't even have to be this big. It can even be a little bit smaller than this. And a paper towel, and it is a good idea to tape your paper down to the table again because they will curl a little bit. So I'll give you a minute to go and get all that stuff together and get set up. You'll notice there's no water. That's because we don't want to use water today with our paper. It'll all just fall apart and curl up. So go get yourselves ready and set up and we will start. Okay, so to begin our project today, I'm going to do this in chalk again so you can see the drawing really well, but you guys are going to do it in pencil, and don't worry if you make any mistakes. Don't try to erase them, just leave them alone. We'll paint right over them, okay? So you won't see them in the end. The first thing we're actually going to do is our very first big hill, so this one right here. So it's a pretty simple hill. You're going to want to go about 3 fingers or 4 fingers from the bottom of your paper, and you're going to go and just make one hill like that. That's it, okay? This isn't a crazy hill picture, just one hill. Now we're gonna make a hill on this side, just a little bump, and a hill on this side, a little bump, okay? Very simple, not too hard. Now what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna make our circle. So we're gonna make our sun. So don't worry about perfect circles. Now if you wanna trace something, you can, but I'm just gonna wing it. Again, if you make a mistake, you can always paint over it. That looks good enough for me. Now we want to get those awesome rays in there, and I find the best way to do that is we're going to kind of split our paper up. So watch close. And I'm not going to touch my sun. Leave a little space, and I'm going to make a line like this, like a clock. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, just like a clock. All right. Now what we're going to do is split those in half. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, now we're going to turn them into rays. So we're going to turn them into kind of triangles. So I'm just going to pick one side of each one like this. And I'm going to go all the way around my circle like that. Now it's up to you. If you want to add a few more inside of here, you can, or if you want to have a little extra room for the dots, you can do that as well. On this one I added a few, on this one I won't. Then you get a good view of how to look both ways. So I'm done with the pencil. That's all I'm going to draw for now. We're going to get to painting. So I'm going to get out my paintbrush. Now the thing with painting on black paper, if you really want it to pop, is you got to add a little bit of white to your colors. So what I'm going to do, now I'm going to use this yellow in a couple more times. So I'm going to take a little bit of yellow and a little bit of white, and I'm going to give it a stir. So you see that I made a new pile. I'm not doing it right there. There we go. You're gonna need about the size of a dime or a quarter, something like that. Okay, so there we go. I got lots of paint. Now it's really simple. We'll start with the middle here. We're gonna paint. I'll paint right over that white line. You could paint right over your pencil line. That way you don't see it. Remember, it's not about perfect. That's good. There we go. And we're gonna just start painting in all of our rays. Now, For really little ones, if mom or dad wants to go like this and put a dot inside so they know where they have to paint, that's a really good idea. It just helps the really little guys and gals kind of know where they're putting their paint, okay? So don't be afraid to do that for them. Whoops, that's okay. I see a little glob there. That's okay. It'll disappear in the end. Now, don't paint into your hills if you can help it. Just paint right up to them. There. You can always make them a little bigger if you feel like they weren't big enough. There. You guys excited for Easter? My kids are all grown up, but I bet they still want chocolate bunnies. They still want to have something. See, my camera girl is my daughter, and she laughs, so she must want chocolate. I like chocolate too. All right, we're almost done here. There we go. Now again, you know that I paint really fast just so that the video doesn't take too long, but boys and girls, you pause this video anytime you need to, okay? Don't feel rushed. You just take your time. All right, now once we're done that, we're actually gonna take, since our brush already has yellow, we're gonna make a green really quick so that we can do this, okay? I'm gonna take a little more yellow. I'm gonna put it right on top of that pile. That's perfect spot for it. Then I'm gonna take a little scoop of blue, and I'm just gonna mix it right in there, okay? Remember, you don't wanna mess up all your yellow. Just do it to the side here. And there we go. So we have a nice, dark, greeny blue color. And here we go. I'm just gonna paint just this hill right here, okay? The two back hills we're gonna do with the dots. By the way, that's called pointillism. That's what we're doing, kind of a mixture of pointillism, mixture of painting. That's why I like these projects, because it's got a little bit of everything. There we go. Go right down to the bottom. Look at those cool streaks. Not the best. That's kind of why I like painting on black paper. Beautiful. Now I'm done with my paintbrush for a while. Now you're gonna notice I don't have any water here. I don't wanna wash my brush. Whoop, I'm just gonna throw it. I'm just gonna put it down, wipe it off. I'll use it later. Now comes the fun part. We're gonna take our Q-tips. Now your Q-tip is just like your paintbrush, so we're gonna mix colors with our Q-tip. The first color around the sun, I want an orange, so I'm gonna scoop a little bit of yellow, put it right there, and then I'm gonna scoop a little bit of red, and I'm gonna give it a little stir. Okay, now mine might end up a little less orange. I might have taken too much red. Let's see. Maybe a little more yellow. There we go. Now what I'm gonna do is add a little bit of white. Remember I said it helps the colors pop, so I'm gonna take a little scoop of white here and add that. Okay, if you don't, it'll still show up a little bit, but it doesn't show up as bright. So, and I want this to be fairly bright. Ooh, that's a pretty color. It's almost like a coral. I like that. I'm gonna use it. It's pretty. Remember, that's why we mix paint. That's why we mix our colors. I don't give you the color already mixed, because then we get happy little things like that, and everyone's looks a little different, and that's what I love. We're gonna take our really well loaded up Q-tip, and we are gonna start making dots. Now, these dots don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be all lined up in a row. In fact, I'll be honest, I like it better when they're not all perfect. So I'm just gonna start tapping, just like that. You're gonna have a lot of paint on that Q-tip. Keep dipping in there, keep tapping. Now, the one thing I want you guys to watch out for is that you don't slide the Q-tip. It changes the look. It looks a little bit smeared and smudgy. Make sure you're picking it up every time. Tap, 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 okay? So we're gonna go all the way around our sun with this first color. Isn't that a cool look? If you ever look at paintings from an artist named Monet, he did this kind of technique. He did lots of tapping with a teeny, teeny, tiny paintbrush. Must have taken a long, long, long time. I don't want it to take that long, so I use a Q-tip. Look at that, isn't that cool already? Now I'm gonna flip my Q-tip around. If you have lots of Q-tips, it's a better idea not to flip it around because you're gonna get covered in paint, but I'm just gonna flip it around. I take a little bit of straight red and again, a tiny bit of white just to brighten it up a little bit. There we go. And that's my next color. So I go from orange to red, just like a rainbow. We're gonna just keep going around with the colors. Look at that. So now I've got this beautiful pinky red. Oh, I like that color. go. And remember, it's still just a tapping. Even if you get tired, boys and girls, still keep tapping. You're better off taking a break if you're getting tired or bored of it. Okay, I'm done with the red. Now I'm gonna wipe it off my fingers. I'm gonna get my new one. And I'm gonna start with purple. So I'm gonna take a scoop of blue and a scoop of red. Now you won't need too much purple. And then a little scoop of white again. Now this might be the last color depending how much of these colors you put on, or you might have room for this plus blue. We'll find out. Let's see. I'll probably have room for a little bit of blue yet. So we went through the whole color family here, didn't we? So a little bit of purple. And then I'll just quickly show you, when you get to the blue, you're gonna take a scoop of blue, a little bit of white, and this will be your last color, this blue color, and it'll just finish off the ends like that. So go ahead and finish your purple all around, and then make the blue and go all around. Remember, you're not going inside of these two, okay? And when you're all done that, we're gonna come back and we're gonna get to the ground. Okay, now you've got all those colors in the sky. It looks so pretty. I was saying it looks almost like a mixture of a flower and a sunburst, so it's a pretty cool look already. Now we're gonna switch, gonna change my Q-tip again, and we're gonna make a light green. So we want this green to be darker than we want those greens. So really simple, take a little bit of blue again. You might even have some green left over from making your dark green. You could always just add white to that. I'm gonna add a fair bit of white to this because I do want it to be nice and light. Things when they're far away should be lighter, and things when they're closer should be darker, okay? So there we go, I've got a nice light green, and I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna go along that line, and I'm gonna just tap away. Now these are just small little areas, like that. You could space it out a little more than me, or you can go nice close taps like this if you want. Make it look like there's green grass back there. There we go. I'm gonna do both sides over here as well. There. I love seeing your artwork, by the way, boys and girls. Your parents have been sending me pictures, and I am so proud of you. That is some gorgeous artwork. I look forward to seeing some of these pictures as well. I can't wait. Perfect. Okay, so that is done. So you're all done with your Q-tips. Now you might look like me, it might be all messy. Hey, that's okay, it washes off, right? Now what we want to do is our crosses, or whatever you decided to do. So for us, we're going to do crosses. The middle cross here is going to be our biggest cross, okay? So we want to be sure that that's going to be the biggest one. And then we're going to get, it's kind of a perspective look, so it's going to look like the crosses are getting further away. So this will be our middle size one, and this will be our smallest one. Now, if you aren't sure or you need a little help, you get your mom or dad to draw it first. That's not a problem. I'll do it just to show you with white chalk quickly. Now my paint's still a little bit wet, so this might not work as great as I'm hoping, but I'm just gonna go like this, and this is my biggest one, so I'm gonna do a nice big cross, and I'm gonna paint over this, so don't worry. Now this is my middle one, so it's gonna be about this size. And this is my smallest one, so it's gonna be about this size. See, that already kind of gives us some perspective, it's called. Now I'm gonna take my black paint. So if you have a little bit of black paint, you should hopefully have a little bit of black paint left over. You're gonna take your brush. Now I did find a wider brush, but I'm gonna make this one the biggest, widest. So I'm gonna pull straight down. See how simple that can be? There you go. And I'm gonna pull straight across. Done. Easy. Crosses are really easy. That's a good thing. Okay, now this one here, because it's a little bit small, I'm going to turn my brush to the side, push down a little bit hard, and push down a little bit hard, so it makes it a little bit thicker, this one. There we go. I gotta cover some of that white. Perfect. And now this is my smallest, so I'm not going to push down as hard. I'm just going to go real gentle and real gentle. Now you can see a little bit of that white behind there. That's okay. You aren't using white anyway, so. Now we want to do the shadows, because shadows are so important. So what we're going to do is because this is our light source right here. I always say that our shadows run away from the light, okay? So if this is our light source, this one's gonna come straight down because the light's right behind it, but these two are gonna be running away this way, okay? So I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna start with this one and I'm gonna pull a nice skinny little line. Look at that. There we go, look at that. See how simple that is? It's just copying that cross, but I'm running away from the light. Now this one's running this way, so I'm gonna go like this. Turn my brush that way. You won't see all of it because it's hiding behind the hill. Look at that. It's running that way. And now I've got my biggest one. We're gonna come straight down. Now I'm gonna leave a little gap and you'll see why after, but I'm gonna come straight down and come straight across this way. There we go. So it's going right off my paper. All right, so we've got our shadows in. Isn't that cool? That changes the look. If you really want, you could take your black and your brush and you could just outline your hills. Maybe for the older guys, if you want to just clean it up a little. You can even outline this one a little bit. Sometimes that black just crisps everything up. There we go. That's just an optional thing. You don't have to do it. There we go. Okay, we're done with our paintbrush. We don't need to use that anymore. The last thing I want to do, remember I said I want to do a little something there? I'm going to take that red Q-tip that I had from before, and I'm going to throw in a few flowers down at the bottom of the cross like this, just dots like that. If you want to do bigger ones, you could even go down here and you could make some more flowers down here if you wanted. You can even go over your shadow a little bit like that. It's all up to you. Looks pretty. Okay, and then I'm going to put a little bit of that light green. So it's just going to highlight a little bit of the flowers down here. Look at that, isn't that pretty? Now we can get really crazy if you want to put like a vine around your cross. You could do that. So you could tap some green around here, make it look like there's a vine. You could, oops, I shouldn't have used my red one for that. And you could put a few flowers on there. I mean, you can really make this look pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. Now, I would keep any designs to this biggest one here. I probably wouldn't put it on the side ones because this is our focal point right here. The other thing, if you want to add a little bit of yellow down here, little centers to your flowers, you could add a little bit of green as well. Just throw a few down here if you want. You can make this picture as full as you want, but I kind of like it keeping it simple. I do kind of like that little touch on the cross though, but that's again your choice. And all I did is I used my Q-tips, so it's really easy for you boys and girls to do. I'm very excited. I hope you give this painting a try. If you don't have black paper, I do have it here at my studio. You can also do this on watercolor paper. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be black. You could do this exact project on white paper. You could do it on a canvas. You could even paint your canvas black first if you really wanted. Now for the really little boys and girls, the ones that maybe have a hard time with the paintbrush, you can use your finger as well. So if you want to finger paint, this is what it's going to look like if you do the whole thing with just your finger. So that's a fun option for you guys as well. If you want to just make sure you only use one finger though. I don't want 5 finger dots here. One finger, and you can do all exactly the same way as we just did. So happy Easter. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I look forward to seeing your beautiful artwork, and hopefully I'll have another video for you next week.